session. I'm going to show you what's on my Mac to wrap this session up. But first, a couple of people have been emailing me about a few things they want me to show. So let's start with Voiceover Utilities.
Voiceover Utility.
Somebody wants me to demo how to create an activity. This is pretty self-explanatory, but I'm going to go down here and just walk you through the basics, because by now, predictable patterns, menu layouts, toolbars, menu bars, extras, options, all that has been taught. So you should know where to find what you need. I could interact with the table here, but I really don't have to. I could just do the letter A for activity.
Activities.
VO right arrow.
Set up activities to customize VoiceOver for specific uses.
Alright, so you know that's what activities do. So
Activities.
I already have 2 activities in here, but I'm going to create a new one just for the purpose of this demo.
Select an activity or add activity.
So we're going to add an activity.
Untitled. Content selected. Edit text.
This is where you would type the name of the activity. Let's call it writing. That's what we'll call it.
Writing. Space.
Alright.
Quick nav off. Quick activities. Writing. Activities. AHP. Writing.
Alright, so once you get done writing the name of your the title of your activity, you stop interacting.
Out of activities. Choose settings to include in this activity.
Alright, so settings to include.
Uncheck verbosity checkbox.
I like the verbosity the way it is, but you can check this and it'll give you more options.
Set verbosity.
As you see there, it says set verbosity. It's not going to allow me to open it because I didn't check that box, so that is dimmed.
Uncheck web checkbox.
On the web, nah, this ain't for the web, so we're not going to check that box.
Set web. Uncheck hotspots checkbox.
Don't need hotspots, never cared for them anyway.
Additional settings to include.
Additional settings to include.
Use this activity for apps and websites.
Apps and websites.
Menu. Audio hijack. Finder. Websites ellipsis. Other app ellipsis. Deselect all. Deselect all other app ellipsis.
So I can select the apps that I want to include in this. And because this is a writing app, I'm going to include probably notes, pages, and text edit all in one.
In open vertical left view in Google Slides application.
So I'm just going to hit P for pages.
Pages application. Activities. Row 3 of 3. Activities. Writing. Selected.
Alright, so after I selected pages, it brought me back to the table where my activities are. So I'm going to go back over.
Choose settings to include in this activity.
And then same scenario, but I'm just going to go
Help.
all the way to the end and come back.
Configure activity. Remove activity. Add activity. Pages.
Alright, we got pages here.
Apps and websites.
Alright.
Menu.
So I had to go back. It showed me pages, so I got to go back because I want to add more than one app here.
Audio hot finder. Check websites ellipsis. Check mark pages.
You see pages is checked.
Websites ellipsis. Other app ellipsis.
Other app, I'm going to pick. VO spacebar here.
In open, cancel, left view.
Interact with the table.
In left view, name, size.
Be quiet. I'm going to hit TE for text edit.
Text edit application.
There we go. Enter.
Apps and websites.
Alright, so it has me back on the apps and websites option. I'm a VO right arrow.
Pages, text edit.
See, it has pages and text edit, so I'll go back to add another app.
Apps and website.
So I'll VO spacebar on apps and websites, and because I want to add another app, I'm going to go down here.
Audio finder, checkmark pages, checkmark text edit.
See, pages and text edit is already checked, so.
Websites ellipsis, other app ellipsis.
That's good. VO spacebar on other app.
In open, left view in Google.
And we'll do notes.
Notes application.
Notes application. Enter.
Apps and websites.
So.
Notes, pages, text edit.
It has the list of apps that I have selected for this particular activity.
Add activity.
I can add an activity.
Remove activity.
I can remove it.
Configure activity.
I can configure the activity. And I think, let me VO spacebar here. Let me see what this does.
Remove activity. Configure activity. Menu. Duplicate activity.
So I can duplicate it here.
Reset activity to my current voiceover settings.
Well, he told you. I don't even need to say nothing.
Reset activity to voiceover default settings. Reset activity to VoiceOver default settings. Configure activity.
So that's an interesting one. So I could come in here and create an activity specifically for demos, so I don't have to always turn my voice down, slow the voice down, have verbosity, speak all hints and all that. I could come in here and create an activity specifically for that, because you can switch activities by VoiceOver and the letter X. So you can switch activities on the fly no matter what app you're in. Say you wanted to use an activity that you created specifically for Safari, but you know what? I want to use it in Pages too. So let me open up Pages, and once Pages is open, you can VO and the letter X, use the up and down arrow keys and hit enter or VO spacebar on the activity that you want.
Remove activity.
So let me go back over here because I want to use a different voice with these activities.
Add activity. Notes, pages, apps, and websites. Use this activity for additional settings to include.
Additional settings to include. Let's VO spacebar here.
Expanded. Unchecked pronunciation checkbox.
Pronunciation, nah.
Set pronunciation. Unchecked navigation checkbox.
Navigation, I like my navigation the way it is.
Set navigate. Unchecked voices checkbox.
Voices, I do want this one.
Checked. Set voices. Unchecked sound checkbox. Set voices.
So I'm going to VO spacebar on voices.
In dialog. Unchecked mute speech checkbox. Voices settings for the writing activity.
Alright, no, I don't think I want to mute speech.
Customize language list.
No.
In cut language. English. Voice. Alex rate. Voice. Alex voice.
Alright, it's on Alice voice. And what is he saying the rate?
Rate. 40 rate. 39.4% rate. Voice. Alex voice.
So it's on the Alex voice. Of course, I want to change that.
Menu checkmark. Alex Allison. Allison Ava. Ava Compact. Bruce. Fred. Kathy. Nikki. Samantha. Siri voice 1. Siri voice 2. Siri voice 3. Siri voice 2. Siri voice 1. Siri voice 1 voice.
Siri voice 1.
And it gave me a example, and I actually don't want that voice. So.
Menu check. Siri voice 2. Siri voice 2 voice.
Siri voice 2.
Nah.
Menu check. Siri voice 4. Susan. Tom, Vicky, Victor, English, pipe organ. Menu check. Siri voice 4. Siri voice 4 voice.
Siri voice 4.
Alright, Siri voice 4 will do.
Rate. Column 4. Edit. Rate. 40 rate. 39.4% rate.
No, we don't want it that slow.
In 40 rate. 39.4. 39.4. 40. Cut 39.40. 40. 39.4. Instead 34. 40. 41. 42.4%.
So I can raise the rate, which I usually have mine up at 60.
65.7. 62.6. 60.6%. 59.60.6% out of 60.
But sometimes you want to listen because some voices speak faster than others on different rates. So I'm done setting the voice here.
Out of customized language list.
It says customized language list. I only speak English. I took Spanish but flunked it. Anyway.
Add language.
I could add a language, which I'm not going to do.
Remove selected languages.
I could remove English. Why would I want to do that?
Help. Done.
And I hit done. VO spacebar on done.
Set. Voices.
And it brings me back to additional options. And here's where on voice.
Unchecked. Sound. Checkbox.
Sound. I'm going to leave the sound the way it is. It's all set the way I want to.
Set. Sound. Unchecked. Visuals. Checkbox.
Visuals, I have no desire.
Set. Unchecked. Braille. Checkbox.
I don't have a braille display anymore.
Set. Unchecked. Trackpad. Checkbox.
I don't use a trackpad.
Set. Unchecked. Numpad. Checkbox.
Numpad I don't have.
Set. Numpad. Unchecked. Keyboard. Checkbox. Set. Keyboard.
And you get the idea.
Unchecked. QuickNav. Checkbox.
QuickNav. QuickNav is really not nothing that I would use. Actually, let me see.
Set. Unchecked. QuickNav. Checkbox.
Let's see what QuickNav says in here.
Checked. Set. QuickNav. Use this activity for. Set. Quick. In dialog. Checked. Enable QuickNav. Checkbox. QuickNav's. Checked. Allow toggling of QuickNav using left and right arrow keys. Checkbox. Unchecked. Enable single key web page navigation when using QuickNav. Checkbox.
Of course you want that on when you're using QuickNav.
Assign commands.
I can assign commands.
Help.
Which I don't want to do, but what I'm going to do here.
QuickNav settings for the writing. Checked. Enable QuickNav. Checkbox.
I'm going to uncheck this because when I go into writing apps, I want QuickNav to automatically be off. So let's uncheck this box.
Unchecked. Checked. Allow done.
And then we go over to done.
Set. QuickNav.
Alright.
Use this activity for
Use this activity for, and we're going to see our apps.
apps and websites.
And we have
Notes, pages, text edit.
Alright, notes, pages, and text edit.
Add activity.
Alright, so this activity is done. This add button is going to be for a new activity. I've already named it. I've set my parameters. So I'm going to close out Voiceover Utilities.
Finder, desktop, desktop.
And we're going to watch one of those apps to see what happens. Let's open Pages.
Pages open. Window list view has keyboard focus.
And she changed the voice. Let me do a new document to see if QuickNav automatically turns off.
New window collection.
And it did. QuickNav is off. So if I push Command, what is this? Left and right arrow together.
Quick nav on. Quick nav off.
You see when I opened up this activity, QuickNav automatically turned off. Now that's what that's nice, because that way you can just create a new document and start writing. So we're gonna close our Pages.
Finder, desktop, desktop.
And you see it went back to my other voice. So let's open Text Edit.
Text edit. Open window list view has keyboard focus.
Alright, now I'm not even gonna create a new document. I'm gonna go into one I already have created.
Quick nav on.
Now I had to turn QuickNav on because remember, QuickNav is automatically supposed to be off when I open it. So that just
List view.
list view.
Stirred up updated streaming podcast. Other info rich text document. Stirred up updated streaming. Quick nav off. New line.
So you see, like I said, it's pretty basic. If you follow the directions, listen to VoiceOver, he will tell you everything you need to know. Just to make sure everything is set right, let's open Notes and see what happens.
Notes window folders. Notes 25 selected. Has keyboard focus.
Alright, it opened Notes. I'm hitting the left arrow.
Insertion at beginning of text.
And
Body.
it took me directly to the note I was last working on.
Insertion at beginning of text. February 21st, 2022 at 6:56. Insertion at beginning of text. Quick nav off.
Alright, one thing it didn't do is it didn't turn QuickNav off when I came in here. So
Body. S.
I don't know why that
Sport
is.
topic. New line.
Finder, desktop,
Let me
desktop.
see here.
Text edit. Open window list view has keyboard focus. Quick nav on. Quick nav off.
Alright,
Finder, desktop. Quick nav off.
it
Quick nav on.
did it in Text Edit, and it did it in Pages. I'm gonna do Notes again and let's see what happens.
Notes window. Quick nav on.
Alright, now I did it that time. So sometimes you'll get a hiccup here and there, but most times you just need to let everything play out the way it needs to. And like I said, listen to VoiceOver. Don't turn your hints off. Have your verbosity high on certain things like buttons, check boxes, edit fields, just like that, until you get comfortable with it. Again, I didn't get comfortable with my Mac completely until 5 years after I had it. And so let me close out Notes.
Finder,
Going to show you a couple more things, and then I'll show you what's on my Mac. Let's go back to VoiceOver Utilities.
voiceover utility window, utility categories, general. Selected has keyboard focus.
All right. Sometimes there may come a point that you want to back up your VoiceOver preferences, like the verbosity, your commanders, even your activities, stuff of that nature. The welcome message that it says when VoiceOver comes on when you turn on your machine. I do that because I don't want to set all that stuff up again. It could become a bit tedious, and that eliminates half my work when I do a clean install or I get a new Mac or whatever. So if you want to do it, all you have to do, well, you could go to the file menu and find it, but you can push Command Shift E as in Edward.
Export preferences and save. VoiceOver archive. Content selected. Save as. Edit text. Save as.
There's a save as dialog, and it's going to save as VoiceOver archive. You choose the location,
Tags.
or you can tag it, I guess.
Tags. Tag where.
Where?
Applications. Where.
I don't want it in my applications folder, so I'm going to VL spacebar.
Menu. Checkmark applications. Beta 2022. Start up iMac. Locations. Macintosh HD 2000 File Cabinet. Backup 2022. Favorites. Google Drive. Dropbox.
So these are all my choices.
Cloud Drive. Applications. Desktop. Downloads.
I'll save it in my download folder. Why not?
Downloads. Where? Show more options.
I can show more options.
All. Export.
And
Vertical split. Cancel.
I can cancel
Save.
it.
Save.
Or save. Hold on.
Export.
Oh, it's telling me that I'm exporting it.
Cancel. Save.
And I want to save it.
Utility categories. General.
And then if I go over to my utilities or my download folder,
Finder.
let's see.
Desktop. Downloads. Data. List view. Inlet. Voiceover archive document.
And there it is. Voiceover archive document. So if I ever do
window.
a clean install again or I get a new Mac, I will just import, which will be Command Shift I. I'll do it for
Voiceover
you.
utility.
If you want to import your preferences, you do Command Shift I.
Import preferences. In open. List view.
Yeah, here I would pick the file that I want to import.
Open. Cancel. Open.
Open.
List view.
Or I can cancel, which I'm going to cancel.
Utility.
Because I don't need to import. I'm fine with what I have right now. But there you have it. I mean, like I said, things are pretty basic. One more thing I'll show you while we're in here.
Tool. Voiceover utility categories. General. Selected.
General is selected.
In utility category.
I'm going to go all the way to the bottom.
Voiceover recognition. Row 11.
Voiceover recognition.
Out of utility categories.
I haven't really used this on the Mac, but I know on the phone it works great. When you go to pictures or images that have text, VoiceOver reads it and describes it.
Using on-device intelligence, your Mac will automatically improve the accessibility of images. VoiceOver recognition should not be relied upon in circumstances where you could be harmed or injured, in high-risk situations, for navigation, or for the diagnosis or treatment of any medical condition.
Alright, so there you have it.
Checked image descriptions checkbox.
Image descriptions is all I think it has in here.
Your Mac will speak descriptions of images in apps and on the web. Download additional languages.
You can download additional languages, which I don't choose to do.
Help.
And that's it. So
Finder. Desktop.
Remember, your file menu or your menu bar is your friend. In all apps, it will give you the keys, combinations, shortcuts, whatever you need to find in there. Yeah, Command Option L for downloads. Command Shift H for your home folder, where you'll find movies, music, downloads, documents if you haven't set them to go in the cloud like I have. VoiceOver Help, Command or VOH. Keyboard Help, VOK. Downloads, Command Option L. Applications folder, Command Shift A. Computer section, Command Shift C. Network, Command Shift K. That's where you're going to find servers and everything that's on your network. To connect to a server, that's a little bit advanced. I don't even do that, but it's Command K. And remember, all the shortcuts, all the keystrokes you need will be in your file menu no matter what app you are in. The last thing I'm going to do is show you what's on my Mac. And to do that, I'm going to go into my Applications folder and start from the top.
Applications. App in list view. Empty cell. Row 1.
Alright. I'm at the very top of the list of apps in my Applications folder. Let's arrow down.
Apple News folder. Collapsed.
Alright. This is my Apple News folder. I put certain apps in folders, like all my podcasting apps, all my Apple News folder apps, whatever. Anyways, that adjustment I talked to you about some time back. If you go to your Finder preferences, you can have it sort by folder and then item. If you don't remember, just go back and listen. I'll open up this folder.
Open selection. Let inlet 9 to 5 Mac application.
9 to 5 Mac.
9 to 5 Toys application. Apple Insider application. Cord Cutters News application. Mac Daily News application. Parcel Track application. Parcel Track.
Alright, and that's what's in that folder. And most of these apps are actually iPhone, or actually all of these apps are iPad or iPhone apps. But I downloaded them onto my Mac just to see if they would work, and they actually do. I can go read the articles, and they even send me push notifications, which I like. So try at your own risk. I mean, if you go to your Mac store and you VO spacebar on your name and go to details, you can go into, you can switch the apps to your iPhone and iPad apps instead of the Mac apps.
And closing folder in Ultimate Podcast Bundle folder. Collapsed.
Alright, these are my apps from Roboniba. I don't even need to open it. I can tell you what's in there. It's Audio Hijack, Farrago, which is my soundboard app, Fission, which is an audio editing app like Amadeus and Reaper, and what else is in there? I think that's it. My sound source to crank up the volume of possibly my headset or whatever.
Utilities folder. Collapsed.
Alright, this is my utilities folder. This is normally down, if you haven't changed anything, down by whatever apps start with U or after W or before Y or whatever. So let's open it up and see what's in here. I know VoiceOver Utilities is in here, but what else is in here?
Open selection. Inlet name. Feedback assistant alias.
I'm not an app developer. I'm a beta tester, so that's where this app is located. I guess they deemed it necessary to put it in utilities.
Activity monitor application.
Activity monitor. You could actually open this up and see what app is using the most CPU and transfer speeds and all that other good stuff. Way above my pay grade. I don't even mess with it.
Airport utility application.
I don't even know why. Well, I guess I do. They still sell. There used to be a airport utility router that you could buy directly from Apple. Then they changed it and added a hard drive and called it a time capsule. But they don't sell neither one of them brand new anymore. I'm pretty sure it's still supported since this app is still here and I'm on Monterey. But you can't buy them new, not from the Apple Store anyway.
Audio MIDI setup application.
Audio MIDI setup, don't really know. I've never opened it.
Bluetooth file exchange application.
Bluetooth file exchange. I guess this is where you can go in and set up multiple or additional Bluetooth exchanges to transfer data between. Don't quote me on it. That's just my best guess.
Color sync utility application.
Never opened it. Don't know.
Console application. Digital color meter application. Disk utility application.
Disk utility. Now this is an app where you would go if you're having some trouble finding a USB external drive, or you wanted to partition your Mac into different partitions or external hard drive. A lot of people have gone away from partitions and now create volumes because it's a separate volume on the same system, but it grows as your system grows. You don't have to set an actual amount for because like with a partition, you give it space and that's all you can use. But with a volume, it grows as you add stuff to it.
Grapher application.
Oh, you can also do not disk repair. What is it called? First aid. You can do first aid on your hard drive in there, and on your Macintosh HD, and you can also look at how much space you have and your externals.
Keychain access application.
Keychain access. If you forgot a password, you want to look it up.
Migration.
That's where you will go. Migration assistant. That means you can bring stuff over from Windows or another Mac.
Screenshot application.
Screenshot application. I don't know. I know how to take a screenshot, but I've never looked at this actual application. I guess you could probably change your preferences in there.
Script editor application.
Script editor sounds like a developer thing, so I've never opened it.
System information application.
System information. I'm assuming it gives you information about your system.
Terminal application.
Terminal. This is an interesting one. Some people have asked about this. This is basically where you can write a command line, memorized or copied and pasted. My recommendation is copy and paste because you don't want to miss a character because then it'll be wrong. But you can tell your Mac to do things with one string of a long string of a command.
Voiceover utility application.
I'm pretty sure y'all know what that is.
Voiceover utility.
And that's the last thing in there.
And closing folder. Inlet adapter application.
Adapter. That's a third-party application that will convert anything to anything. You can convert MKV to MP4. You can convert it to MP3, AVI. I mean, it just does everything. And the best part is it was free. I mean, they asked for donations, which I gave them because it's such a great app and it's helped me out a lot. So that's up to you if you want to donate. But it's called Adapter. Hold on, how you spell it?
Characters.
Let's get VoiceOver to spell it.
ADAPTER.
All right.
Navigation.
So use Google and go find it. It's a third-party app.
Amadeus Pro application.
Amadeus Pro. That's what I use to edit my audio currently.
App Store application. Audiobook Binder application. Automator application. Backpack application.
This is actually another
Backpack Live application.
set of iPad apps. This is Backpack and Backpack Live, used to create and record podcasts, which is what I'd used before I ventured back to the Mac world. I still use it from time to time.
Bible application. Bible Inspiring Life application. Bible.is application. Bleacher Report application.
That's a sports alert app.
Books application. Brochures templates. Design application. Bundle for iWork templates application. Calculator application.
Alright, those two apps that was announced before Calculator are just two apps that were free at the time, and they went with the stuff that I download for my Mac, like iNote, Keynote, what else is there, Pages, Numbers, stuff like that. So when there's free templates, whether they're accessible or not, I grab them.
Calendar application. Capital One shopping application.
Capital One shopping application that supposedly scans for discounts when you're shopping online.
Chess application. Club Deck application.
Club Deck, that's the Mac desktop app for Clubhouse.
Contacts application. Desktop verse application.
That's you get a daily verse from the Bible there, and it literally all it gives you is one verse a day.
Dictionary application. Downy 4 application.
Downy, that's actually the app that I use to download YouTube videos directly to my Mac, convert them directly to audio, or whatever the case may be.
Dropbox application. Easy Music Converter application.
Easy Music Converter. I haven't used this app in a while because I haven't had the need to, because I use Apple Music now. But basically, if something was in FLAC and I wanted an MP3, I would use this app to convert it.
InnoSoft PDF Converter application. ExpressVPN application. FaceTime application. File List Export application.
This is a application that will automatically put stuff that's in a long list in alphabetical order for you in different categories, even folders.
Find My application. Fontsbook application. GarageBand application. GN Business Cards Templates application. GN Templates Bundle for iWork application.
These are a couple more of those apps that had templates that were free.
Google Docs application. Google Drive application. Google Sheets Google Slides application.
Them are all Google apps. They're part of the Google Suite, I guess. When I downloaded a new version of Google Drive, or Google Desktop, I think they call it now, then it made me download those, so I don't use them.
Hazel application.
Hazel, Lifesaver. It's an app that you can set up credentials for, and it'll do it for you. Say, for instance, I had MP3 and AVI movies all mixed into one folder. I could tell it to take all the AVIs out of that folder and put them into another one. Or I can tell it to take all Kindle books and separate them from the iBook. So it's a great app. Third party.
Home application. Icon Plus application.
Icon Plus, another third party app, but it was free.
IDB application. Image Capture application. iMovie application. Infuse application.
Infuse, I've told you about this app before, but it's basically it'll play anything except audio.
iRing application.
That's my app that I use to make ringtones. I'll clip it in Amadeus Pro and then run it through there to make it to be a ringtone and put it on my phone.
Keynote application. Launchpad application. Lyre application.
This is my RSS reader, LIRE. It's a great app, very accessible, a little spendy, was $20, but hey, it's accessible, so I'll give them a pass.
Logi MGR Installer 9.40.75 application.
That reminds me, this is my third-party app for my Logitech MX Mini keyboard, where I have to register my device, and it allows me to change key mappings and stuff.
Logo Lab for iWork. Templates at Mail application. Maps application. Mars Edit application.
Blogging app, very accessible, connects to WordPress, Blogspot, and all those great blogging apps where you can write directly from your desktop and not have to go to their clunky website.
Meter application.
That's the app I was telling you guys about, Meter, where you give it permission to the calendar and it finds any link that you have for a meeting and alerts you 5 minutes before, and up to 7 days in advance you can look.
Meet in One application.
That's Google Meet.
Messages application. Microsoft Teams application.
Microsoft Teams, another conferencing app.
Mission Control application. Music application. News application. Night Owl application.
That's my Twitter app that I look at various tweets, mainly follow sports and marriage stuff.
Notes application. Numbers application. OneDrive application.
OneDrive, Microsoft's version of cloud storage.
Onyx application.
I don't even know why I have this on here because I never use it, but this is an app that supposedly cleans up left behind apps after they're deleted, or frees up more memory when you delete other files, or haven't used a file in a while. But again, I don't use it.
Pages application. pCloud Drive application.
pCloud, my second favorite cloud storage. The nice thing about pCloud is, one, they give you 10 gigs free off the top, and you can earn up to 20 more by just referring people. And 2, they have very, very, very affordable plans, and they always have a holiday special around Labor Day and Christmas.
PDF Max Pro application.
And I grabbed one this past Christmas. I have 2 terabytes for life now. And the best thing about pCloud is that it doesn't take up space on your system unless you download it directly to it. But even actually, you don't have to download it. But if you copy it to another folder on your system, that's when it'll take up the space. But it will show you and let you organize, play, whatever in its actual folder without taking up space on your system.
PDF Office application. PDF Office Pro application. Personal Diary application.
Yeah, them were free apps for the Microsoft Suite that again, they were free, so I downloaded them.
Photo Booth application. Photo Plus application. Photos application. Podcasts application.
All those photos apps, I've never opened those. I mean, I'm assuming you can organize your photos and stuff with them. A couple of them I might have downloaded from the App Store because they were free. I used to have this one app called Duplicate Remover or something, so it would look for duplicates, but then it started deleting stuff that wasn't duplicates, so I stopped using it.
Preview application. Prime Video Preview application.
Preview application. This is the application on the Mac that is very, very accessible and will allow you to read your PDFs. You cannot edit them, and I just opened
Preview. Open window. Finder.
You can't edit PDFs, but you can definitely read them accessibly. I've been doing it for years.
Prime Video application.
Prime Video, very accessible. I watch Prime videos on my Mac a lot now, more than I thought I would. Now that I'm working a lot more from my Mac, I'll play it in the background while I'm doing stuff.
Print Lab. Templates for Pages application.
Well, that was pretty self-explanatory. Some templates for Pages.
QuickTime Player application.
That's another app that will play pretty much anything, and you can convert it also. And you can also do screen recordings and record an iMovie and stuff like that. Not an iMovie, but a video of your screen. So that's nice.
Reminders application. Safari application. Shortcuts application. Siri application. Stickies application. Stocks application. System preferences application. D-Mobile application. Templates for Pages. Text edit application. The document converter application.
The document converter. I downloaded that app because I thought it was going to give me the ability to convert all my Word documents into Pages document in one click, but it didn't work out that way.
The Unarchiver application.
That's how you unload or unzip zipped up archives or files that are sent to you. This, I guess, Winamp or not Winamp, but Win7 or something is what it used to be on Windows. I really don't know because I don't use it, so don't quote me on that.
Time Machine application. Time Machine Editor application.
Time Machine is built in because you can set a time when you want your time machine to be backed. Well, not set it, but you just have it do backups. Kind of irritates me though. I do mine manually because if you don't, it'll back up every time you make a change, and it gets a bit tedious. This other one, Time Editor, what is it called?
Time Machine Editor application.
Time Machine Editor. That one you can schedule weekly, and you can even have it block out some time on when it doesn't do the backup.
Toolbox for Pages application. TV application. Twitterific application.
Another Twitter app that I don't even use.
VLC application.
VLC, like I said, plays anything.
Voice Memos application. WALTR Pro application.
I told y'all about that app earlier. That's what I use to get ringtones onto my phone. You can also use it to put movies, keynote presentations, iBooks, everything.
Weather Gods application.
This is one of those apps that came on the iPhone. I haven't even opened it up on my Mac yet to see if it works, but hey, I just was rolling the dice.
WebTorrent application. Wondershare Uniconverter 13 app. Zoom.us application. Zoom.
And Zoom is the last app, so
close window.
I mean, that's it, pretty much. I mean, I showed you what's on my Mac. I've showed you how to use your Mac mostly. Pretty much, don't be scared to venture out and try new things. Look through your menu bar. Look in your, listen to your hints. Go to the App Store, download apps, and try them. I mean, that's the best way you're going to get to know your Mac. I didn't learn my Mac in one day. I didn't even learn it in 6 months. It took me almost 6 years to be comfortable with the Mac where I could say, I know how to do this. I know how to do that. It's not an overnight process. Baby steps. Take your time. That is this year's More of the Mac class. Thanks for joining us. To be informed of upcoming events, you can either email support@ttjtech.net, send a blank email to ttjtech plus subscribe at groups.io. That's the plus sign. You can also join the Stir It Up newsletter, STURITUP plus subscribe at groups.io. You can also send an email to support@stiritup.com. Either way, you'll get a hold of us for paid training. Get subscribed to the event calendar. That way you won't miss anything coming up. Remember to register for the iPad for All Computing class starting on March 7th. If you haven't registered, again, support@ttjtech.net. Thanks for joining us.